Ali here at mindwavemeditation.com, and today we're going to talk about letting it go, letting it all just go. Where's it go? Where are we letting it go to, and how? This is what we kind of get caught on. We don't really know how to let it go and where we're letting it go to. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to give you a Let It Go 101, and we're going to talk about what it means to do this, how to do it, and then how to feel and how to move on so we can enjoy life and not hold on to the past and not be too scared of the future and let the future rule us, and we can live here in the now where life truly is and have a more enjoyable experience on this planet. See you on the other side. Okay, so if you watch these videos, you've heard this before. I like to say, here's the present, and this is the past, and this is the future. And some of us tend to live here. And we start here, we wake up in the morning and we go, oh, and we dive straight into the past and we replay all of what happened, the story of who we are, who we think we are, what people used to say, once said, the things we should have said. Or you're this side, you're in the future, you're constantly thinking, oh my God, what happens if it doesn't work out? What happens if I can't do that, and then that doesn't line up, and then and we go into that side, which is also another panicky state. It's an anxious state. And then there's another type of person that just jumps between the two constantly, and we all do a combination of all of this. None of us are perfect, and some people pretend to be and never show you these sides. But so I want to break this down and just hopefully you can relate to this, knowing that we all do this. We all do it better than others, some of us. And if we know about what we're talking about, if we know about this past, present, future thing, then we can learn to understand it and be able to spot when we're falling into the future or falling into the past, so we can return to the now. So remember, if you are depressed, you are living in the past. You are replaying the negative memories and emotions that you once experienced in the past. And you're pulling yourself out of the present moment, which is now, which is life, where we always truly are. And you're pulling yourself into a different experience, and you're triggering parts of you to replay those memories and emotions and to put you in that kind of heightened state. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. You are triggering your sympathetic nervous system and your adrenals and the dopamine, and you're pulling yourself into a future which doesn't yet exist. And how many times do you think about how a situation's going to turn out and you're thinking negatively about it, and then it happens, it's fine? How many times does that happen? How many times do we need to go through this till we go, oh, okay, it will probably work out okay? If you are at peace, you're living in the present. And this is what we've got to remember. It's so simple. If you are depressed, you're living in the past. If you are anxious, you're living in the future. If you are at peace, you're living in the present. And the present is really where we just always want to be. So just all we really want to do here is constantly observe ourselves as we're going through the day, and not in a kind of taxing way, like, oh, I've got to watch everything I'm doing and everything I'm thinking from a different perspective, and then see if I'm in. It's not like that. Just take now. You're watching this video. Are you watching me and listening to my words? And are you free from the past thoughts and the future thoughts? And yeah, you have your opinions and your judgments. That's only natural, and that's good as well. But are you wandering off into what you're doing next? Have you already caught yourself doing that? What's the next video? Shall I watch another video? What have I got to do afterwards? What am I doing tomorrow? Yeah, I'm listening to you. What have I got to do? Gotta. Or are you jumping into the past? What did I do before? Like, forgot it. Like, I remember I did that. Oh, that thing that happened yesterday. That was like the other time when that person. Oh, the video. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Right to the past. Be here now. Be here now. Listen, watch, feel, and catch yourself jumping between these two and bring it back to here. And then use this as an example for when you're in your next stage of the day or the evening, whether it's just brushing your teeth, just brush the teeth. Feel yourself brushing your teeth and watch yourself when you start thinking, where are you going? Apply this to everything and practice. And this is the name of the game. It's just practice little moments in the day, brushing the teeth, standing in a queue, using your bank on your phone, talking to a friend, listening to them rather than waiting to speak. Constantly catch yourself jumping and just watch and observe and bring yourself back to the moment every time. This is a starting point. So let's break it down. What happens if I hear you say, but my present is not what I want now. I don't want the now because it sucks, or it's difficult, or it's painful, and it's full of pressure and stress. I hear you. I totally hear you. Here's the kicker. Once you're there and the present is just full of BS and all the rest of it, we have to realize that the present state of being, your present moment, is an artifact of your past actions. So everything you did, not necessarily your fault, but everything that you did or everything that you allowed yourself to be around, the decisions you made, the actions you made, the choices you made, all in the past, this moment here represents everything that you were a part of in the past. The person you're with, the friends you have, the money in your bank, the job you have, the way you feel, how you look, the clothes you wear. It's a combination of all of this stuff. Now here's the thing. We have to prevent rather than bandage, okay? Plaster. So if we don't like where we are in the now, what we have to do is first accept where we are. Not go, I want to manifest something better than this. That doesn't work. Sometimes it works. But essentially, we want to get to the root cause of this. So let's get to the root cause. If we're not happy where we are now, then what we've been doing isn't working. It's not serving you. So if you can look at today and go, yeah, I'm pretty happy. This is pretty good. Then great, you're doing awesome. And then it's just a case of deciding where the future goes. How can you make it even better? And how can you keep enjoying the moment in the now? I was in my kitchen this morning and I was imagining a bigger kitchen where I had like bigger surfaces and lots of cool equipment for making food and stuff. And I found myself visualizing all this stuff going, oh, right, this is awesome. Yeah, I want that, I want that. And then I found myself not enjoying what I had. So in that moment, I caught it and I decided to fall in love with what I had, my kitchen at this moment in time. And I just adored it. I love this kitchen. I love this surface. So by the law of attraction, by loving what we have in the moment, we get more of that. It's like a magnet. I love this house. I love where I am. I love myself. Therefore, I'm going to receive more of that. If we go the other way, I hate this place. I hate my kitchen. I hate my face. I hate myself. The universe seems to always say yes, no matter what you're asking for, positive or negative. I love this kitchen. I love these surfaces. Yes. I hate this kitchen. I hate these. I hate myself. Yes. More of what you are asking for. consciously or subconsciously, it seems to be the way it goes. So just be aware of that when you're throwing out these spells, when you're throwing out these words carelessly and unconsciously. You will be getting back what you're asking for. So look around and let your reality be the proof of what you've been feeding yourself and putting out there. So let's take 100% responsibility for ourselves and our lives and everything we're thinking, doing, saying, and realize that we can learn the lessons from our past. Our bank account, if it's way down here, go, well, that's because of me. What can I change? The relationships I've chosen, the actions I'm taking, and the feedback I'm receiving. Take responsibility for all of it. Even if you don't want to, just do it. Just do it. And then it will alleviate you from this victimhood mentality of, why me? Why haven't I got all those things that I want? Start changing the story and see what happens. So I'm going to weave this in and see if we can start changing the story together and see if we can start getting some great response back in the relationship, in the bank account, in anything that you want. So remember, your present state of being is an artifact of your past actions. So decide to start again in this moment and start pre-paving a better future. Start setting up your future self to have the best relationships possible, the most harmonious friendships, the best version of a bank account you can imagine, the best version of a kitchen that you desire. Whatever it is that you want, decide in this moment to start by choosing those thoughts, by choosing the right actions, by choosing the right feeling that you're allowing yourself to feel, by listening to your limiting beliefs and thinking, I think I can change that by cranking it up. I choose to believe I'm more powerful than I am allowing myself to feel. So decide to create better habits, better actions. You have one life. I've said this before. We have one life. It's time to start really being the person that you're meant to be, because it's a disservice to you, your family, your friends, and the world if you are playing small, if you're choosing to not be that person. I'm not saying you have to go and take over the world and start something massive. I'm just saying be yourself, your true self, and don't be in this victimhood mentality of why me and I can't have that. You can, you absolutely can. If you can think it and believe it, you can most likely achieve it. Not always, people say that, it's not true. You can't be a brain surgeon if you've got like a bit of a shaky hand. yeah, I really want the job. I've got all the credentials. I'm ready to go. I just one problem. I've got a little bit of an issue with the booze, so you know, the hand sometimes gets a little. You haven't got the job, mate. It's not for you. So number one, accept where you are right now. Accept. Just accept. No judgment. No blame. No guilt, no nothing, just accept. There's no dialogue or commentary on it. Just accept. Remove blame, judgment, guilt. It is what it is. You are here right now with all your past baggage and your future worries. It is what is. Number one. This is the first step to achieving peace and to relieve stress and suffering in your relationships, in your health, in your wealth, any pain you're experiencing and the crisis that is happening around you. Accept what is. You got it. All right, number two, this is it. Here we go. How to release the past. How do we do it? Just release the past, man, and move on and everything will be A-okay. How do I do that, mate? How do I just release all the trauma and all the suffering that I've had and all the horrific things that have happened in my life? Just release it, man. How do I do that? Well, look, it's very difficult to talk and just kind of tick all the boxes for everybody watching. You know, even if there's 4 people watching, everyone's got a different story. Everyone's been through all sorts of different things. I've been through loads of stuff. So have you. Everybody has. So the one thing we can all share is that the past, your past and my past and everybody else's past, is all, when we really just put it down to the nitty gritty, without our feelings and emotions and everything involved on top of it, to sieve it all down, what do we get? It's data. It's purely data. Let's just get scientific. It's data. We have memories, and then we've got memories of memories, but underneath that, it's the data of the past, okay? So all we have to do is stop replaying that data of the past. That is the ticket out. Now, yeah, you can go to counseling, you can get coaching. Hey, give me a shout. I'd love to coach you, by the way, as just a little side shameless plug. This is how we do it. Reach out, talk to a friend. There's amazing things you can do, like tapping. You can tap on meridian points. Look into that, EFT tapping. It's incredible. There's hypnosis. There's a million different things you can do, but you know, start doing those things. Absolutely. Dive into all of that stuff. It's wonderful. And if you get someone that you don't quite like, find someone else. It's, you know, never shoot the messenger. The practices of tools and techniques are abundant and wonderful and will help you get to where you want to get to if you keep going and find the right tools and the right person to teach you. But ultimately, stop playing that data of the past. Anytime you think about a story that you don't like, that makes you go, ugh, just observe that you're doing it and then decide to stop replaying it. Jump to something positive, feel what you need to feel and work on it through those different practices and methods and modalities and all that stuff. But take control of yourself. Don't allow yourself to get stuck in a loop. If something bad happens at the weekend, okay? Saturday, something bad happens. Saturday night, still playing. Oh gosh, that thing, whatever it is. Sunday, wake up, what happened yesterday? Boom. Monday comes, still not over it. Starting to tell people about it. Triggers. Start feeling all the emotions again. They said what? Yeah. Ba 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 ba. Data. Replaying. Tuesday, still going, still feeding that story, still painting that picture, data, until we get a data overload. Takes over as completely spiral of doom. That's how it goes. Obviously, that's not a blanket statement. We all have all sorts of different things going on. That's just a general overview of the data overload. So just be aware. Data. Everything is data. Take control, change the story, and delete the data. That's kind of hitting the trash can thing on the computer. Instead of just going, oh, it's more data, oh, I don't like that stuff, it builds up and will take over you. When you see one of them, catch it. Love it, feel it, let it go. Because ultimately, the past isn't serving you. I mean, look, we have nice memories and it's nice to jump back into the past sometimes. Oh, that was nice. What did they say again? Jump into the past. Oh yeah, they said that. Oh, I like that person. That's all cool. I'm talking about the traumatic things, the stressful things, the things that you don't need to keep replaying. It's not serving you. So stop replaying it. Because the past is over. It's done. We're in a constant state of change. We're always moving forward. Stop getting stuck in the past. I used to do it all the time, for years and years. Ugh. So choose to return to the now as much as possible in as many moments as possible in your day. Detach from the past, dissolve the past, and let go. And then 3, we do the same with the future. Release the anxieties of the future. They are not real. This is an illusion. This hasn't happened yet. This depends on your actions in the now. and your habits of the past. So let's change the story here, and then these become good habits, good actions, and this will change the story. This is an illusion. We have to let this go too, because we can't live here because we don't know what's going to happen, and we can't figure that out. Look what's happened in the last few years. You can't figure this stuff out. So be here now. These simple words are so powerful. Be here now, because this is all that is. It's all that really exists, and it's all that will ever exist. Even when we get here in the future, be here now. Be here now. You get it. This anxiety, stress, illusion isn't serving you, and it's getting in the way of you being your best self, your true self. It's throwing you off your game in the now. I want to talk game and swagger and being cool and all that sort of stuff. If you really want to be in flow and you want to be your true self, if you're in your head about, if I was in my head now thinking about what you thought about this, I'd be thinking about that and my words will be stumbling. You can see how this works. It's deleted, it's not there. It's just not there. Why? Because I practice constantly being here. And then once you do this over and over and over again, the repetition of being here now, this just fades away. And this fades away. You can access both by jumping in, oh, what do I want to plan? Oh yeah, cool, and come back. Oh, and you jump back, oh, that was nice, oh, that was painful. Oh, we come back. Practice, repetition over and over again, pulling yourself back to the present moment. So choose to return to the now, detach and let go of the future, and be here now. All right, so how do we do it? I heard what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It makes sense to me to be here and to bring myself back, because this is all there ever is, and that doesn't exist, and that doesn't exist. Get that. I get that it keeps on coming up, and it's data of the future, it's data of the past, and if I keep allowing all of this stuff to keep circulating around my mind, yeah, I get it. It was like overloading data, and it takes over, and then I don't know what's real, and then I get stressed out, and then I get anxious and stressed out and depressed, and then I go down a spiral of doom, or I get a bit freaked out. I get it. I understand that. But how do I return to the now? How do I do that? Well, we return to the breath. Some of you go, oh, breathing. I hear people talking about breathing. It's not very exciting. It's not like, oh, here's the secret, and then I tell you something magical and mystical. Well, little do you know, if that's what you're thinking, breathing, the breath is as magical and mystical as it gets. It's the first thing you do when you come into this world, and it's the last thing you do. Ooh, that's a stinger. So honor it. Absolutely honor it like it's your best friend in the world, and it will serve you well. It can, I like to say, the breath is your ignition, and it's also your anchor, because anytime you just need to anchor, do it with me. No, do it with me, otherwise it doesn't do anything. Keep going. Okay, keep going. I'm going to keep talking. And just stay focused on my words. Keep breathing. Your breath can anchor you, and that act of throwing over the anchor, keep breathing, as it hits the sand and embeds itself and pulls that chain and keeps you still. No matter what is going on in the world around you, the future and the past, you are anchored in this whirlwind by the power of your breath. Keep breathing deeply. Take control of your breath. You are the CEO, the boss of your mind. Choose to anchor your breath in the whirlwind of the chaos and harness that feeling of being all powerful in your own body. So keep breathing. Return to your smile. Crank up that smile, keep breathing. Notice the past and the future doesn't have any power over you. It's trying to take your attention away, but keep all of your attention on your breath. Keep breathing deeply, slowly and consistently and smoothly. Keep breathing, keep smiling. Return to gratitude. Put your attention now on your heart. Breathe from your heart. Breathe in and out deeply. Smile. Amplify that feeling of gratitude for this moment. For this moment, just smiling and breathing. It's beautiful. You can do this anytime. Keep smiling, keep breathing. Return to gratitude. Return to joy. Return to love. Anytime your mind wanders into the future, into the past, anchor that feeling through your breath. Breathe deeply and tune in to the feeling of love, stillness, gratitude, joy, tranquility, bliss. It's all there waiting for you, always, always. Try it, test it. It's your true state of being. So honor it as much as you possibly can. And when you feel this peace, and when you feel this feeling of contentment, say to yourself in your mind, I love you. Thank you. I am love. I am love. I am love. Ooh, that's powerful. Okay, so breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Decide in this moment, now that you feel that feeling of calm, to detach from the future and the past. And use this moment as a moment that you can throw an anchor at any moment and propel yourself into this state of being where you are free from the future and the past. It's great. So as you go through your day, as you go into your evening, as you fall asleep, as you wake up in the morning, watch, observe, and witness your thoughts coming through. Okay, now we know that the thoughts are always going to be there. What we've learnt and what we've been reminded of is these thoughts are either going to be attached to the future, all in this side, or they're all going to be in this side of the past. So we can separate them now, and we can watch them and think, oh yeah, that's a future thought. Oh yeah, that's a past thought. Return to the now through the breath, throw the anchor and just start breathing deeply and focus all the attention on the breath or on the heart space and the feeling of love, gratitude. It's really simple, but it's just something we've got to practice over and over again. And if we do, and if we keep practicing it, then naturally in your day, you'll be walking down the street, or you'll be working at home or in the office, and you'll feel those feelings of bliss, calm, stillness, and you'll be naturally reminded to tune in and calm, drop your shoulders, stop clenching the jaw, and enjoy the moment in as many moments as possible. So the story of your past and the rambles of the future are no longer attached to you. You are beyond that picture. You're the puppet master. You decide what goes in the movie of your life. So you are separate from the future. You are separate from the past. You are free because you are in this now where this and this is an inhospitable environment. It doesn't exist, and you have control because you are free. So I'll see you on the next one. Have fun.